Hey, what's going on, Guardians? My name is the Black Link, and today was the official start of the Destiny 2 summer event, the Solstice of Heroes. You're no doubt knee-deep in the European aerial zone, picking up those elemental orbs and working towards opening those Solstice packages. And that's what we're going to be covering in this video. I know we talked a bit last week about how Solstice of Heroes is going to work. This video is going to be a quick guide for how you can get started in the event, as well as some helpful tips for grinding out that new armor set. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive on in. Your quest this time, of course, is going to start in the tower. Head there and visit Ava Levante. She'll get you started on this. Once you've spoken to her, you'll receive your first bit of renewed Solstice gear, as well as the next quest step, which is going to ask you to head into the new activity, or rather the returning activity from last year's Solstice, the European Aerial Zone. Now, the EAZ itself can be accessed from the tower. There's a little station over right next to Ava Levante that you can start it, or you can just pull up the tower map and start the activity directly from there. The activity is going to be basically as follows. You'll load into a massive new world space, and within that world space, you'll need to take down mini bosses of either the Fallen, Cabal, or Hive variety. These mini bosses are going to spawn all over the place, and you'll have a limited amount of time to take as many out as you can. And at the end of about a 5-minute time period, you'll fight a final boss. Upon completing that boss, a treasure hunt begins, and based on the number of mini bosses you defeated before that final boss, you'll get a certain number of treasure chests popped up all over the European aerial zone. And it's your job to hunt them down within a 2.5-minute time frame. You'll get to see exactly where all of the chests are for a quick couple of seconds before they disappear off your radar, and it's your job to find them all. And believe me, it's well worth your time. These chests can drop you gear as well as Solstice key fragments, which you'll utilize in stacks of 15 to open up the Solstice packages that are going to be tied to this event. Solstice packages themselves are basically like little mini treasure chests that you need the key fragments to open. And these packages themselves can drop you additional gear as well as upgrade components, so they're going to be well worth your time. They're also going to be a challenge later on for upgrading your Solstice armor. But anyways, once you've had your initial run of the EAZ, return to the tower and speak to Ava Levante once more. She'll give you the rest of your Solstice gear. And it's this armor set that you'll be spending the next couple of weeks upgrading until the legendary version, which thankfully is actually going to be a little bit quicker this time around than it was last year. You'll start out, of course, with the renewed armor set, and each piece of armor is going to have its own set of challenges to upgrade it. Once you've completed all the challenges on all the pieces of the armor, you head back to the statue in the tower right next to Ava Levante, and it will upgrade the armor set to the next version. It goes from nude armor to majestic armor, and finally to the magnificent armor set. And of course, each challenge is going to be different based on the class that you're playing, meaning the challenges to upgrade the hunter armor are going to be different from the challenges to upgrade the titan armor. Thankfully, we've got some infographic sheets on all of the different classes' upgrade requirements, and we'll be linking them down in the description box below. Big thanks to the Raid Secrets subreddit for making that easy. Anyways, most of these challenges are fairly self-explanatory. You'll need to get things like elemental final blows. Of course, with the Solstice of Heroes event going on right now, there's going to be different element attunements every single day. And you can generate elemental orbs by either getting kills with subclasses matching that element. So if you want solar elemental orbs, run a solar subclass, or you can use weapons that match those elements. So you can whip out something like Tabi's matchbook or any other solar weapon to generate those orbs. And a lot of the upgrade requirements are indeed going to require you to pick up very large numbers of orbs. Or in some cases, it'll require you to get a bunch of precision final blows or defeat a bunch of enemies. There are plenty of ways to get all of this stuff done, but if you want a really easy, cheesy way to get the 50 precision final blows that all armor sets are going to need, or a great place you can go to just generate elemental orbs without really having to worry about other players or anything like that, load up the Leviathan. Head into the first section, you'll have an infinite number of Cabal to take out. You can just swap to whatever element you want, sit there and farm them up. Of course, the Whisper of the Worm mission also works for this, as well as Shirochi. Generally, any of these areas that have infinitely spawning enemies is going to get you your elemental orb steps done in no time flat. I know for Warlock here, I needed to generate about 400 solar element orbs. I just swapped over to Tommy's matchbook, threw on a Devour build, and I was done in minutes. Additionally, the Leviathan is also a great place to get your super kills done, although Shirochi might work better for that since you can just drop a rally flag and then farm up those super kills, jump off the cliff, drop another flag, and instantly have your super back. So if you happen to get stuck on any of the steps that require you to pick up elemental orbs, and those steps don't require you to pick them up either in the EAZ or in playlist activities, places like the Leviathan are going to be your best friend over the course of this event. But alright, that's the gist of Solstice of Heroes. Get out there, run the EAZ, pick up those chests, take down those mini-bosses, and complete those challenges to upgrade your armor. We will be continuing to cover this event as it goes on, especially with extra tips and tricks to help you get those armor challenges done a little bit faster. But that's it for your quick refresh guide on the Solstice of Heroes. Hopefully it helped, and if it did, feel free to drop a like, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell to stay up to date with all the latest stuff we're putting out. But I'm out for now. I gotta go finish up this grind and get my majestic armor set. It actually looks pretty cool this time around. So thanks so much for watching, and as always, I am the Black Link. You Guardians stay frosty, and I'll see you out there in the EAZ.